Good morning. This is Aaliyah, the therapist. I wanted to come on here and briefly share some information. It's May, Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to share some things that I talked about this week at a talk that I gave on self-care. Talk about self-care, we also need to talk about stress. Stress is your body's response to things that are going on in your life that may feel overwhelming or unable to cope with. And self-care is about having a nurturing, affirming relationship with yourself through activities that bring you joy, rejuvenate you, invigorate you. And the reason that I want to talk about stress is because stress is part of the reason that we need self-care. And stress is linked to so many different things, from cardiovascular issues to digestive issues. And medical research shows that about 90% of illnesses are stress-related. I'll share with you a study from the University of Wisconsin that followed 8,000 people over the course of 8 years. And what it found was that people who had extreme stress, severe stress, had a 43% higher chance of dying by the end of the study. It was only if they also believed that stress was harmful and bad for them. So their thinking about stress affected how long they were going to live. And this is something in mental health that we talk about a lot in regards to how your thoughts affect how you feel. But this study kind of just hit the head of the nail in regards to the impact that our thinking has on our life and how long we actually can live. With you a study from Harvard University where they looked at people in a stressful situation and how their blood vessels constricted during stress, which is why stress is linked to things like cardiovascular issues. And so the people that they taught in the study that stress is normal and stress isn't bad, they actually showed that their blood vessels remained dilated when they were in a stressful situation. So their thinking and the way that they thought about stress actually changed their physical response to stress. And so this also emphasizes how the way we think about things affects our longevity and also our body's actual reaction to the stress. The way we're thinking about it is making our bodies worse and constricting our blood vessels and reducing the flow of oxygen and blood through our bodies. When it comes to our thoughts and our thinking, we want to increase our awareness of what's going on in the first place, and being aware of any things like cognitive distortions that we might exhibit, that we might fall prey to in regards to things like black and white thinking, catastrophizing. I can give more description in the description below, but journaling could be helpful, meditation can be helpful, mindfulness practice could be helpful, grounding yourself in the present moment can be helpful, and just being kind to yourself, being compassionate to yourself, loving yourself, not judging yourself, not being so critical of yourself, finding your meaning and your values and working towards them, moving in the direction of your values. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's going to have all the answers and do everything right and be the perfect person all the time. But the point is to be moving in the direction that you want to move in. I hope this was helpful for you in regards to becoming more aware of our thoughts and the way we think about things, our perception. What kind of thoughts are we telling ourselves in stressful situations? What kind of things are we saying to ourselves on a daily basis that may not be helpful, that may not be encouraging, that may not be kind? And how is that affecting us? How is that affecting our mood? How is that affecting our goals? How is that impacting our meaning in our lives? And trying to find ways to be more kind to ourselves, be more encouraging to ourselves, find ways to calm our minds down, to not necessarily take our thoughts and our beliefs as 100% facts all the time. Just because we think something, just because our mind says us something, does not mean that it's true.